Welcome back to Top Octane. Today we're hopping in this 2018 Range Rover Sport Supercharged. Now let's go for a drive. Welcome to the interior of the Range Rover. As you guys can see, it's very luxurious in here. I absolutely adore this touchscreen here. It's amazing. They actually took this straight out of the Range Rover Velar, and it's really cool seeing the temperature gauge is built into this touchscreen, as well as you have your full 360 monitoring camera. As you can see the walkers going up behind us there, as well as we were just testing out earlier. Alright, hopping into the Range Rover, I'm actually delighted on how smooth this vehicle actually feels. So I really enjoyed how adaptable this Range Rover actually is. I've never driven a Range Rover before. This is actually my first time, and a lot of people, talk about how great these Range Rovers are off-roading and how luxurious they are. And after driving this for a little while, I can definitely confirm that both the comfort and the off-road abilities are definitely true in this vehicle. This actually has a 5.0 V8 with 510 horsepower and a ton of torque. And let me say, you can definitely feel that torque. When you put your foot to the floor when you're in sports mode, you literally just feel your head just whip back into the headrest. And it's really amazing. Especially with that V8 sound. It's really grumbly and angry. Very much like an American muscle car. But we also were able to test out the off-road abilities of this vehicle. And we tested the off-road abilities of this Range Rover by going up a little bit of a rocky, grassy hill, and we were able to put it in off-road, and the suspension raised probably a good 2 or 3 inches to get that ground clearance that we needed to be able to climb the hill. With all the features that Range Rover gives you in the goes from a monster truck to like real tucked lowrider when it's in sports mode. In terms of competition, I feel like this car is almost in a different class than most are. The related competition is a Porsche Cayenne, a Volvo XC90, and a BMW X5. But all those other SUVs are very luxurious. I don't think you really get the full experience that you get in this Range Rover. I really expected it to be, a good off-roader, a good luxury SUV, but I never expected it to be actually this fast. My favorite part about this car is just how luxurious it actually is. Of course, we drove the Porsche a few weeks ago, and that was very luxurious and fast, but this almost brings it to a whole nother level. Actually, here in the center console, there's a little fridge to keep your drinks cool, and I think that's really cool, because when you're in a hot summer's day and you're just driving around, you can pluck a cold water or soda out of your center console, just like you got it out of the fridge at home. And as well as I'm very impressed with the technology. That honestly probably is one of my favorite parts about this vehicle. I love that you can change all the modes where you can off-road, and you can just turn this into a sports car by switching to the sports mode. And as well as, I'd say this car's ideal consumer is definitely someone that's a little bit wealthier. These cars actually start at about $86,000, which is definitely a pretty penny. And with all the additions, you definitely can get well up there. This model specifically starts at $86,000. To clarify, there are other models that come in a little bit cheaper than other Range Rover models. This one specifically is the Supercharged model with the 510 horsepower, which if I was looking around, I definitely would buy the Supercharged model because of just the pure speed that it has. But your ideal customer here is definitely going to be someone older, because most young people aren't going to be able to afford something high priced like this. I definitely think that someone that's looking for this is definitely someone that has kids and a family and that wants to load everything up, or unless you just want to be Kim Kardashian and just flex on everyone and show everyone that you have a Range Rover. And for the longest time, I really thought that's what a Range Rover was like until I actually drove one. I know that the famed issue there's the famed issue of having reliability problems, But according to the owner, he has not had any issues with this, and he said that it just rides like a dream. So the sound of this car is amazing. With that 5.0 V8, it sounds like a muscle car. Let me give it a quick little downshift here and go for it. Yeah, if you heard that, that just sounds amazing to me. And what's also super cool about this car that I've never seen yet, or haven't driven a car with this feature, is this heads-up display. I know it's very popular in the German vehicles like the BMWs and stuff like that, but with this, it's very interesting, and you know, looking straight ahead and just seeing your speed projected in front of you without looking down at the gauge cluster. And I know Land Rover designed this for, or you know, safety and everything, so you keep your eyes on the road as much as possible. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of this 2018 Range Rover. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check back with us next week to see our next video.